All right, this is House Party by Eric Walters, Chapter 7. The music surged even louder as somebody cranked the stereo up another notch. I didn't know our sound system could go that loud. I stopped trying to count. There had to be at least 25 people here. It was amazing to have all the people we invited come on such short notice. I knew Jen had to be thrilled. She certainly looked happy. She was practically beaming. She was buzzing around, talking to people, dancing and laughing and having a great time. The song ended and Jen gave the boy she was dancing with a hug. Then she came into the kitchen. Great party, she said. Not bad, I admitted. Jen dipped a cup into the punch bowl. She downed the whole cup in one gulp and refilled it again. You should go slow on that stuff, I warned her. I'm burning at least as many calories as this on the dance floor. It's not calories I'm worried about. Remember the alcohol? Come on, Casey. You know how little there is in here. I could drink the whole punch bowl and still drive a car. You're only 15. You don't have a license. But I did this stuff wouldn't affect me. I'm hot and it's good. It's not bad, I agreed. I'd had 2 cups myself. Just be careful. You wouldn't want to get drunk, she chided me. Funny. I dipped my cup into the punch bowl. Jen wasn't the only one who was hot and thirsty. It was amazing how all the bodies in the house heated the place up. That and the dancing I'd been doing. Actually, it was looking like Jen and I were the only ones who were drinking the punch. The bowl was still almost full. There was a tap on my shoulder. I turned around. It was Mike. Do you want to dance? He asked. To this? I asked. The music was a pounding rap song. He looked hurt. I wasn't turning him down. It was the song. We could try to dance, I said quickly. He smiled, took me by the hand, and led me towards the dance floor to the dining room. There were 2 other couples on the floor. They looked really awkward trying to dance to rap. At least we wouldn't be the only ones who looked stupid. We walked into the center of the floor and started dancing. It was really awkward. The music suddenly stopped. Another song came on, a slow dance song. Is that better? Mike asked. Much better. He slipped his arm around me and we began dancing. Instantly, other couples reacted to the song and rushed into the dining room. We were pushed into the center by the crush of people on all sides and we continued to shuffle to the music. Quite a crowd, Mike said in my ear. It is. You throw a great party. Thanks. It was a great party. Everywhere, people were dancing and laughing and talking and drinking. There was a whole lot of drinking going on. But nobody seemed to be drunk, just happy. Jen suddenly popped her head into the dining room and motioned for me. Can you excuse me? I said to Mike. Always things to do when you're the host. Thanks for the dance. Maybe we could dance later on, I suggested. For sure. I squeezed my way through the couples and off the dance floor. Jen looked worried. What happened? I asked. Where can I get a pail and a mop? She said. Nothing serious. A bottle of wine got knocked over. I'll get the bucket. Where did it get spilled? Downstairs in the rec room. On the carpet? Yeah, but it's not bad. It sort of blends in with the brown on the carpet. I grabbed a roll of paper towels off the kitchen counter and handed it to Jen. You start blotting it up. I'll get the bucket and water. Jen rushed off and I went to the laundry room and grabbed a pail. I squeezed some soap in it and filled it up with water. I grabbed a couple of rags that were hanging behind the door. The pail was heavy and it bumped against my leg as I moved. Along the hall and down the stairs, sloshing water onto the floor. Water wasn't bad. Wine was. Jen was on her knees blotting up the wine. She was right. It had blended in, and I could hardly see where it had been spilt. I took a rag and soaked the spot with water. I told you it's not that bad, Jen said. Nothing serious, I agreed. If this is the worst thing that happens, it'll be one successful party. It is working well, I said. There are a lot of people, though. Yeah, isn't it great? Jen shouted. I guess so. Jen started giggling. Her eyes looked all glazed. Jen, have you been drinking? She giggled even more. Nothing except the punch like we agreed. I'm just happy that it all worked out so well. Isn't it a great party? She yelled. Just as great as when you said it a minute ago. Oh, yeah, that's right, she said, and she giggled some more. How many people do you think are here? I asked. Jen shook her head. I don't know, a lot. But most of them are people you invited. Me? I hardly invited anybody. That doesn't make sense. I didn't invite most of them. I don't even know most of them, she said, sounding defensive. You don't? I thought some of them had to be your friends, that you invited them. I hardly know anybody here. But if you didn't invite them and I didn't invite them, how did they know about the party tonight? I guess they sort of just heard through the grapevine, on MSN or text messaging or something like that, Jen said. But they all seem like pretty good people. I guess so. It seems to be going pretty well. A big cheer filled the air. Let's go see what's happening, I said to Jen. We rushed upstairs. There was a crowd of people standing around watching four guys chugging bottles of beer. They were racing to see who could finish their bottle first. People continued to cheer as the drinkers got closer and closer to the bottom. Two of the guys finished and they turned their bottles upside down to show that they were empty. The crowd cheered even louder. The bottles weren't completely empty though, and some beer, mostly foam, dripped out and onto the carpet. I ran over with my pail and rags. Before I could even get there, the crowd surged forward, slapping two guys on the back and grinding the foam into the carpet. There was no point even trying to clean it up now. Just go with the flow, Jen said. I saw a carpet cleaner in the storage locker downstairs. Do you know how to use it? Of course I do. Good. After it's all over, we'll just clean the whole carpet. All the carpets. That made perfect sense. I was sure there'd be little stains all over, not to mention the mud and dirt that had been tracked in. It wasn't like people had been leaving their shoes at the door. The only bad thing about cleaning the carpets is the place might be too clean, Jen said. How can being too clean be a problem? If it's too clean, your parents will get suspicious. Unless you normally clean the carpets when they're not looking. No, but I guess we'll have to take that chance, I said. Speaking of chances, why don't you go find that cute guy you were dancing with? Just enjoy yourself. I'll try, but it would be a whole lot easier if it wasn't my house, or if my house wasn't filled with so many people, people I don't know, people that Jen didn't know. Just then, the doorbell rang. I ran downstairs to answer it. It was a pizza delivery guy holding a stack of boxes. I opened the door and he stepped in. Sorry it took so long, he said. So long, but I didn't order any pizza, I stammered. Is this 40 calico? Yes. I've got 10 pizzas. That'll be $127. He tried to hand them to me, but I backed away. I didn't order them and I don't have that sort of money. Somebody ordered them and somebody better pay. But, hey, pizza guy, a guy yelled. A bunch of people rushed towards the delivery guy. Nobody gets pizza until I get paid, he yelled. He was big and he didn't look like he could be pushed around. How much? A boy in a baseball cap asked. I think his name was John. $127. Hold on. John took off his baseball cap and started moving through the crowd. Some of the people dropped change into the hat, but others put in bills. He went through the living room, into the dining room, and disappeared into the kitchen. Sorry, I said to the pizza guy, it won't be long. I can wait. Quite the party. Thanks. Biggest one I've been to tonight. I wasn't sure if that was something I was particularly happy about. John returned. He started counting the money. It looked like a lot, but it wasn't enough. $119, he said proudly. That leaves you $8 short, the delivery guy says. Hold on, I'll get the rest, I said to John. Don't bother, I said. I reached into my pocket and pulled out the 20 my mother had given to Jen. She had told us it was for pizza. I handed it to the delivery guy and keep the change.